Hey guys, Unicronobot here. Yeah, I know, it's been how many months since you've seen me? Yeah, real life has been busy to the point that, the YouTube world that I'd like to be involved in has had to be put on the back burner. But I finally managed to get some time on my hands so I could finally do something that I've been wanting to do for months. And thanks to an amazing guy on eBay, I finally was able to get this guy so I could finally review him, and I figured what better way to make my return to the channel than to review this figure. And my God, is it a doozy. Today we are reviewing Quakewave. Hey guys, and here we are, and here's the box for Quakewave. This is, many reviewers are now calling this the official Masterpiece Shockwave, because we have waited for years for Takara to release a Masterpiece Shockwave, yet they never have. And so we've had to deal with buying annoying customs that were nothing more than just repaints and slight part swaps of a G1 Shockwave, or repaints of an Energon Shock Blast, and that's just something that we deserved more. And you know what? This third-party company, Fans Toys, finally got us it, and that's Quakewave. So before we take a look at the bot, let's take a look at the box. And as you see, really masterpiece-esque styled packaging right here. Really nice illustration of Quakewave. I'm just gonna call him Shockwave now because that's what we know who this is. This is Shockwave. But anyway, really nice illustration of Shockwave. Really nice movement here. Here you got the Ft-03 Fans Toys Quakewave. I like how they have like this little graphic that's supposed to be his head. You got the little advertisement right there, Fans Toys 2012, their website, www.fanstoys.com. On the side you get Fans Toys Ft-03 Quakewave. On the back you get those really nice obligatory product shots, highly articulated LED lighting, have die-cast part. Bad grammar, good sir. Bad grammar. Then the gun mode. Then we're back on this side, has the same things, and they also have this really cool. It's a book, and you got this really nice. If you could see it without my laptop reflecting into it, but really nice illustration of Quakewave right there. And then you got the little product shot here, and this is where the figure is. And then you open it through here, and he's in what's called those box bubbles. And that's really all that there was with this. Now, my version of the Quakewave is is the third release. It's the version that came with the extra non-translucent arms, the forearm fix that allowed the hose to go under the arm instead of over it, and actually came with batteries. But I'm not going to show you that version, mostly because I don't have the tools to fix that, to do the part swappings, because I don't have the proper screwdriver to unscrew the screws on the arms and stuff, and I don't want to risk breaking this guy, so I'm just going to be safe and not do it. But I'll show you the parts when the time comes. But for now, let's take a look at Quakewave. And here is Shockwave in his amazingly awesome space gun mode. As you can see, almost a perfect representation of the G1 character and the G1 toy. Now, I can't show you the G1 toy because I don't own one. Lexitron does, that lucky son of a bulkhead. She has one, and she got it at the New York Comic Con for an amazing price, and she beat me to it. She got there one day earlier than me. If not for that, I probably would have been the one to get it. But I digress. I don't really have too many problems with this mode. I actually really like it. The only thing I really wish is that there was a trigger. It doesn't. I mean, if you want, you could untab this part. I'm going to be repeating what a lot of you have already seen on other reviews, so fair warning. But if you can get this in untab, man, mine is really tight. There we go. If you can get it to untab, you can make a faux trigger if you really need like your pointer finger to be on a trigger, but it doesn't really bug me too much, so I usually just do it like that. I love this. This is die cast, like the silver bits right here, and then you're going to find that during the transformation the feet are also die cast. On top of that, they're coated, so these will not get the cosmic rust like the MP Megatron will have. These will stay this really nice silver forever, hopefully. Really nice. Loving the details on this. Just awesome. One of the best features about it in gun mode is the LED lighting. There's a little switch on the arm right here, and when you flick it, if I can get it to work, flick, it lights up. It doesn't make the annoying sound effects that the G1 Shockwave did, but still, this is pretty damn cool. And you cannot escape the mighty Shockwave! Yeah. Overall, an A+ alternate mode. I still have not yet decided which mode is my favorite. I'm siding for Robot probably, but as of right now, this is just such an amazing representation of the G1 toy and figure that it's amazing. So that's all I gotta say about the gun mode. I mean, oh, so okay, here's one more nitpick that I could say, but it's not even a nitpick. It's just I wish that it came with it. There's nothing really to keep the gun standing. So if you want to keep it standing, you gotta get in like anti-air cannon mode. I know another third party, they released a stand specifically made for the Quakewave gun, but from what I've heard, it's like $40. I don't want to pay $40 for a stand. That's ridiculous. And besides, like I said, I keep him in robot mode most of the time. But yeah, here's his gun mode. A+. Minus some minor flaws such as no trigger. This is a perfect representation. That being said, let's get to transformation. Okay, before we go to transformation, I almost forgot there was one accessory, I guess you could say, that he came with, and it was this. What I'm starting to call now the Masterpiece trading cards, like the little cards that you would get from the Takara Masterpieces or any Masterpiece grade third-party figure. And here it's just a standard card. You see Quakewave. It's the same illustration as on the instructions and on the inside of the box. It says Ft-03 Fans Toys is their website. On the back it has those obligatory product shots and it has his tech specs. They're in I'm going to say Chinese. I'm not sure. Someone who owns it will probably correct me. But I'm going to assume that the 210s are his skill and intellect, since that just makes sense for Shockwave, and that his speed and courage are the 7s, and that the rest are 9s, because that just seems logical. Okay, now that pun's over, now let's get to transformation. Now, when transforming Quakewave, you're going to find that he transforms a lot like the G1 Shockwave, with a little bit of parts forming with the back. You'll find that when transforming him, the hardest part really is the legs. It's really annoying, but overall, it's nothing too complicated. The head is actually really simple. It's a simple open chest and fold out the head. The arms are actually the easiest. The upper torso itself, I believe, is just the easiest. However, when it comes to the legs, that's when things get difficult. When you're placing the sides of his legs, that's actually relatively simple. But because his collapsings are so tight that you actually need to put the amount of force that you would normally reserve when handling a third-party figure in fear of it breaking. But somehow, Shockwave manages to do it. So don't be afraid to use force, but when putting him in gun mode, watch your hands. Here we have Quakewave in his robot mode. Oh, I almost forgot. The amazing thing about this part is that the part of the G1 Shockwave that everyone got annoyed with was the nose of the gun. There was nowhere to put it. So, and to make up for the battery pack that the original G1 had, they basically made it so that you turn this inside out. You fold down the nose of it, fold it around, and it mimics that pack. And then you just take Quakewave, you lift up this part right here, other way around, my mistake. You just close that, and now here's Quakewave in his completed robot mode. And I gotta say, this guy's in the running for my favorite Transformer that I currently own.